everyone, it's Marissa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and I'm here with a requested video. It's a really good topic. It's some of those obscure foods that you wonder, when can I introduce those in the GAPS introduction diet? So I'm going to go over the ones that were specifically requested and talk about a few other things to help you figure out how to know when to fit those obscure foods in those GAPS intro stages. So as always, I want to thank you guys so much for always requesting video topics and giving me ideas on what to make videos on. I always want to know what you guys want to see, so keep those requests coming. So the person who requested this video asked specifically about a few different foods, so I'm going to talk about those first. The foods are fennel, mushrooms, and nightshades. Let's talk about mushrooms first. So mushrooms can be a really great thing to add on the GAPS diet. They can actually be a really great source of vitamin D, I read in my research, and those can be added in stage 1. They would want to be cooked in liquid just like everything else is in stage 1, but you can go ahead and add them as soon as GAPS intro stage 1. And then the next food that was asked about was fennel, and I would put that in the category of fresh herbs, and you can start cooking with fresh herb in stage 2. So that means when you're making your soups and things, you can start adding fresh herbs into those that you make. And I would, like I said, group fennel with that, so I would start adding that into your stuff cooked in liquid that you're making, your dishes that are cooked in liquid in stage 2. And then the next one is nightshades, and this is a really great topic because nightshades can be problematic for some people. Now, it's not something to overthink or obsess over, and the way that you would know if nightshades are bothering you is if you have things like joint pain. You would want to look into if nightshades are causing some problems for you. The really nice thing about GAPS intro is that you do not have nightshades until stage 5. Good. Yeah. So you're without nightshades for a good long time on GAPS intro, which gives you a really clear idea when you go to introduce them whether or not you're okay with them. Nightshades are added in stage 5, and like everything else that you introduce on GAPS, you want to go very slowly. You start with a small amount, usually 1 bite is a good place to start. Sometimes people have to start with way less, but typically you can plan on, if you don't think that you have an issue with something, then just go ahead and start with a bite to stay there for a few days, and then if everything seems fine, you can increase a little bit, stay at that new amount for a few days, keep watching to see how you feel, and then you can just keep increasing a little bit more and waiting. It's like a stair step kind of thing. I got that really handy visual from the GAPS chef, Monica Corrado. She likes to talk about it as her stair step method, where you introduce something, you wait there for a few days, increase it a little bit, wait there for a few days. It's a really nice thing to keep in mind of how you introduce a new food on GAPS. So you can pay attention, you always introduce 1 food at a time, and then you can pay attention when you are introducing nightshades to see if you get any of those symptoms like joint pain. And then if you don't, then fine, you should be okay with them. Your coat is getting so messy. I'll clean it up, it's okay. Don't worry. So those were those specific foods that the person who asked this question specifically talked about. But if you want to know if a food is even allowed on GAPS or where you could introduce it in the GAPS introduction diet, some really great resources to look are, first of all, Dr. Natasha has a really good basic list in her books, so I always start there. And then there are some books with a more expanded list. For example, Dr. Becky Plotner's book, GAPS Stage by Stage with Recipes. That one has a little bit more of a detailed list of what you can add in each stage, so I always like to check that book if it's not in Dr. Natasha's list. And then I have inside my program that I offer as a GAPS coach, allowed and avoid food lists that I provide to people that I'm working with through my program, and so I tried to make that as detailed as I could. And then beyond lists, there are some other ways that you can kind of figure out if a food is going to be good for you or not. Remember, on GAPS intro, we're gradually challenging the digestive system system more and more with more fibrous foods. That's one of the things that we're doing. And so that's one of the first things you can think about is this a fibrous food? Is it going to be hard for my body to digest as I'm trying to heal my digestive system? Is it going to be irritating to my digestive system? So you can do that. You can do a little bit of research into like the molecular structure if you want to, or you can just look at the food. Like, how fibrous is it? Is it hard to chew? Is it, you know, rough? Just kind of think about it that way. And then if it's a more obscure food, then you can figure out whether it should wait till much later intro or go on full gaps. And then of course you can always reach out to me and I can help you figure out these things too. I have my contact information down in the description box and I'm always happy to answer questions from people. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Thank you again for your video requests. Make sure that if you have more ideas for videos, you leave me a comment down below. Be sure and check out that description box to links to my free ebooks and other goodies that I have. I also have links to my program that I offer as a GAPS coach, as well as my 30-day meal plan. So check out that description box. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Yes, you keep interrupting. Do you want to just come up here and help me do it? If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Good job. Share it with anybody that you think would find it helpful. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.